Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm coming here with a short video here, giving you an update on the upcoming severe weather pattern as well as cold air coming into the portions of the country, and then wildfire danger as we head into portions of this week. And then we're also going to take a look at portions of the upcoming severe weather that's coming in. I think we're going to have a very active period of severe weather coming in to portions of the South Central and Southern Plains coming into our country. So let's get started. So this is the Storm Prediction Center. We do have a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather across portions of Minnesota, South Dakota, from northern Oklahoma to Wisconsin, and in Minnesota. We do have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather. No tornado risk expected with this one for tomorrow. The greatest risk will be wind and hail are the only risk here. Can't rule out an isolated tornado threat if things get worse, but I think wind and hail are going to be your most prominent threat with tomorrow. It's going to be Wednesday that we're going to be mostly keeping an eye on, with the shortwave trough coming into this country tomorrow and then ejecting off of the plains by Wednesday morning into Wednesday night, and Wednesday night into Thursday is when the main show. So we have a level 2 out of 5 risk, slight risk of severe weather from Kansas City down to Wichita, down to Wichita Falls, Texas, northern Texas, the southern plains, the southeast Kansas, up there in western, northwestern, and southwestern Missouri, northwestern and western Arkansas, including the river valley there in northwest Arkansas. That is going to be your slight risk of severe weather for Wednesday and Wednesday night into Thursday. Probably cannot rule out an isolated tornado threat. We could see I don't think it's going to be an outbreak, but what I do think is that we could have a couple of tornadoes. But I do think the main risk with this is be very large hail and strong to damaging wind gusts as well. This is what I think the main risk of severe weather will be: damaging wind gusts in excess of 70+ mile/hour winds, and then very large hail 2 inches or greater. And then that isolated tornado threat, I'll show you where that I think the greatest tornado threat will be coming up later in this video. Give me a second. Brother.
Mom, I'm doing a video. Let me get done with my video.
Excuse me, y'all. Alright, I'm back. So let's go into a countrywide view here. Let's see. So we're going to a countrywide view. We'll go through some of these models here. Let's go to the GFS model here on the models here, and you can see here, it's your 500 millibar winds, which is telling you where the jet stream, where the storm systems are, and where the upper level troughs and the lower troughs are going. So this is Monday. Here's Tuesday. Tomorrow, start seeing that we can start seeing that trough start to eject from the Pacific Northwest down toward the Southern Plains. Kind of see where that trough is starting to eject further to south, going to mainly a positive tilted trough. So that positive tilted trough will, by Wednesday, as it ejects into the northern plains off the Front Range of Colorado into New Mexico, into western Panhandle, Texas, and Oklahoma, this area right here, I think we'll start to see that the wildfire danger start to go into the increase as the severe weather starts to go into increase on Wednesday night, and then starting into Thursday morning. Now, this is the 12Z GFS model. You can see what it does here by the Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. See, it starts to do that negative tilted kind of area. So the negative tilted trough starts to come into fruition here. That means this area, I'll say this area right here, if we have to pick out a tornado threat, it'd be this area right here is where I think the best tornado threat will be. Kansas, Oklahoma, northern Texas, western southwestern Missouri, portions of northwest Arkansas. I think we'll see that greatest tornado threat. And then as we go forward, as you can see, you can see that negative tilted trough starting to come in with 80 to 90 knots with the negative tilted trough starting to really impact. And then I think the tornado threat will start to diminish later on Wednesday night, but cannot rule out a strong tornado. I would say mainly across Kansas and Oklahoma. I think is where the greatest tornado threat will be around those two states. Now, as we head toward the 850 millibar winds, we can look at those as well. 850 millibar winds. This is your low-level jet. This is telling you where the strongest of the low-level jet will go. So this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon, mid-Wednesday afternoon. You can see 60, 65 knots, enough low-level jet to increase that tornado threat just a smidge up to that low-level jet. But that low-level jet is kicking in by that time, late Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night, you can see the low-level jet still there, prominent across eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, western Missouri, and parts of northwest Arkansas, so 40 to 50, 60 knots there. Thursday, I do think there's going to be a small window of severe weather across central Arkansas into the upper Midwest on Thursday. But the lack of instability is the question mark right now for Thursday. I don't think Thursday is going to be a big day of severe weather at all. And then the system that comes through on Halloween, the rain should be moving out by Halloween, and we should have things clear out by then. So your questions, I know if you have questions, this is just a video, it's not a live stream, but we'll go ahead and look at the CAPE values here across the country. So let's zoom in here. We'll zoom in here into the central parts of the United States here, and we'll zoom in here. You can see this is GFS model here Wednesday. You can see it has that corridor of highest instability here across portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, that area there. This is where I think the greatest tornado risk is. What I told y'all. This is where the tornado risk will be. Kansas, Oklahoma, central Oklahoma. I think we'll have a pretty good ripper of a supercell starting to initiate off of the dry line. So let's go to dew points here. I'll show you why. Because we do not have a problem with dew points with this system. Moisture is absolutely gonna surge to the north by tomorrow and even today across Oklahoma, and that's when you will see your wildfire danger increase for western Kansas, western panhandle of Oklahoma, and the Texas panhandle as well. So you can see here 65-degree dew points across much of Oklahoma into Kansas, maybe into Iowa, maybe seeing a sludge of moisture coming into Iowa as well. But this is where I think the surge of supercells will start to initiate from Oklahoma, from central Oklahoma to southern Kansas, extreme southern Kansas. I think your greatest supercell threat will be across central Oklahoma, northern Texas, and this area here. This is where I think the greatest threat of tornadoes will be, right along the area. Sorry if you'll hear barking. Piper, shut up. Right along that boundary there, right along the low-level jet there. So see that low-level jet there across the area, and then northern Texas, I think, has a good idea of where that low-level jet will start to be on the increase there. Now, that moisture starts to increase, and then it moves east, and then it should be clearing out around Oklahoma and Kansas. Should be clearing out by Thursday morning as you wake up Thursday morning. So pretty good pretty good rainfall is on the way too. You can see by the NAM model here. We'll look at that. This last model is NAM model. See, it has that surge in moisture across Oklahoma, Kansas, down to northern Texas, including Dallas. Don't be shocked if Dallas gets in that slight risk of severe weather. If I do think that slight risk does inch to the west, to the east, to the east a little bit into central Arkansas and parts of Jonesboro there, might be in that marginal risk for severe weather on Wednesday as that moisture spreads across most of the country on Wednesday. And then NAM model on the jet stream map really does have that, starts to have that positive to negative tilted trough across portions of the front range of Colorado as it ejects off the front range there, as it ejects off of the northwest there. But you have that, the low jet is pretty strong with this one. The NAM model wants to put out that low jet right here, and this low jet here, really increasing across Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, and Kansas. But that greatest tornado threat, I really think, is Kansas and Missouri. Most of that the biggest severe threat, I think, will be in Oklahoma with the low jet increasing off of the moisture, with the moisture surge coming off. And I do think we might have one strong tornado across portions of Oklahoma and southern Kansas. So that is all I got for y'all for this afternoon's video. I'll have another video coming out later today, giving y'all an update on the afternoon run models as they come in, the 18Z model runs, and I'll give y'all an update on that later on, and I will keep you updated on the latest severe threat. So that's all I got for y'all today. Hope you all have a good, that's all I got for y'all this afternoon. Hope y'all have a good day. Be safe out there and stay weather aware. Bye, y'all.